Hi everyone, it's Maha. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing really well. I wanted to make a little update video and to update you on my channel to tell you what kinds of videos I want to be doing for you in the next while. But first of all, before I start, I wanted to say welcome and thank you to my new subscribers. It's really nice to be with you. I hope you're enjoying my videos, and wanted to let you know that if there's anything in particular you want me to do, just let me know, email me or write comments. I would love to hear from you. I've got a whole list of things on my to-do list for videos that I want to make, and I've got so many ideas. It's so exciting for me, but it's also a little stressful because sometimes I put a lot of pressure on myself to be producing the videos faster than I am. But I've got a lot of different projects going on, and I'm sure you understand. You're also understanding. It's going to take me maybe a little while to get all the videos out there to you. I've got a bunch of Oracle and Tarot card reviews that I want to do. So I just want to get those over with and off my shoulders before I get on to the other videos that I want to do. I have some really exciting ideas. I want to do a series on goddess resources. Monsoon Magic, who's one of my favorites on YouTube, she's done a series of videos on how to work with a goddess and the goddess energy, and she did one called Goddess Resources, where she talked about books and oracle decks that are goddess based. And it kind of inspired me, actually really inspired me to do a video like that. So I'll be doing a couple of videos on goddess books. I've got a huge collection of it, and also goddess oracle decks or tarot decks. So I've got those two coming up, and I want to do a video on Kuan Yin. That's coming up too in the future. And I've got a bunch of tarot ideas, oracle ideas. But so that's just kind of the overlook. I have no idea about timelines, but I please ask you guys to be patient with me, because it's gonna get done. If I am gonna do it. If I say I'm gonna do it, I will do it. It just might take a little while. So thanks for understanding. In this video, I wanted to talk about self-compassion. Before I get onto that though, I just remembered that I want to send a shout out to Pat the Mage Witch for talking about me in his video called Pick a Witch Tag, and he said some really kind words and mentioned my videos and my channel. So thank you so much, Pat. That was really nice of you for writing my channel name on your description box as well. So that's nice. It's always so nice to get to know other pagans or other people out there talking about paganism, other witches, other tarot channels. I just always like discovering new people. And there's a lot of new people coming up and doing videos right now, so that's really nice. So I've been doing a self-compassion program, which I'll show you right here. This is a CD set called Self-Compassion Step by Step: The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself by Kristin Neff. And it's a 6 CD set. And so it's something that you do on your own. I've been doing this for the past 4 weeks. And at the same time, I've been doing an 8-week mindfulness program, mindfulness meditation program, and I'm also doing a self-esteem 10-week program. That's really interesting too. I want to talk about those, but in this video I'll just focus on this one, because I had a really interesting experience after starting this program. So something rather difficult happened to me yesterday, and I was in a lot of pain, and I wanted to use this self-compassion learning that I've been doing and kind of of work with that pain to see, just to try it out. So I was working on that. I was, trying to give it compassion, give the pain compassion. And Kristin Neff, by the way, I'm going to talk about this CD in a moment. Kristin Neff is so awesome. She also writes books. So talk about that in a moment. So last night, I'm just really excited about this because last night I had this, I guess it was a dream, but I was sort of half awake, and it kind of sent a message for me that was a really strong message. So basically, I was giving compassion to the pain. I was going inside myself, giving it compassion, but it wasn't really working. It wasn't really helping me. So I just stayed with it. Like she says, I just kept going with it and flowing with it and continuing the process and the practice. Taking a sip of my tea. And then, it wasn't really helping me. So what happened was I found myself talking to my friends and family about it, like talking about what happened and just talking about it. And then I was asking myself, before sleep last night, I was asking myself, why am I, and that's actually from the mindfulness program that I learned this, to just be aware of your questions and your thoughts and your words. So I was aware, I became aware of what I was doing, and I asked myself, why am I talking about it so much to people? Well, the answer was that I wanted to feel better about what happened and about the pain that I was suffering with. But it wasn't really working. And then I realized in my half asleep, half wake moment that I'm not giving compassion to the source of the issue, which is I was angry. I was really angry. And I just realized, wait, I'm angry. I'm going to be compassionate. I'm going to give compassion to my anger. Once I realized that, it was a huge realization for me. I mean, it was like, wow, I started to feel really calm. And it's not that the pain didn't go away, but it was like an understanding that I gave to the pain because I became aware of my anger and I gave it compassion. Now, this was very important for me to realize because I grew up in a culture where, personally, I was raised in a culture where anger is not something women easily express or are supposed to express. Women are supposed to be more submissive, quiet. Some cultures, women are not even supposed to be heard. Like their voices they're not supposed to be heard. They're supposed to be shut all the time. But for me, my culture, showing aggressiveness and anger and impulsiveness, all those things that you associate, I think of Aries, of that kind of fiery, like really cardinal, pushing forward energy. Women are supposed to be nurturing, compassionate, and calm and quiet, and their use of voice is supposed to be very gentle. They're not supposed to get angry and get loud and shout. So that's something that's frowned upon, women getting angry. Like those two things don't go together, as if women are not supposed to be angry, So for me, that was something that I always repressed. And I remember, I came to Canada when I was 12 years old, and when I came to Canada, I spoke zero English. I spoke 3 words. I usually tell people I spoke 3 words only: yes, no, and okay. So literally, I didn't speak anything, and it took a couple of years for me to be fluent in the English language. But once I was fluent, my behavior was still different from my peers. And I went to a high school where there was pretty much no international kids. There was a majority was white, third generation, just white school. And so I felt very, very isolated sometimes. And so the point is that I remember my father once came to me and said that he had a meeting with my teacher because my teacher wanted to talk to him. And my teacher said he was worried, or he was concerned, because I didn't speak out and I was very quiet. And he found that very odd because everybody else, all the girls in the class, were always, laughing out loud and being like really, just expressive, and I wasn't. So my dad said, yeah, I explained to him, this is in our culture. We women are not supposed to be loud, and generally people are not that loud actually, or harsh, let's say. But especially women, they have to talk like this, like with their voice like that, like very thin, quiet voice, and they tend to. Like I'm not like that at all, but but I know people who are, and so they tend to be more. Yeah, it's not that I was shy. It's just that I had more of a quiet voice. That's how I was raised. So my dad had to explain to him, that's normal for us. So anyway, the point of that is that I realized last night, and this was really major for me, that I never felt that anger was a good thing. So I was always pushing it away, like, I can't be angry. And the reason why I was talking to people about my problem is just because I wanted sort of like an understanding or an approval or maybe compassion from others about how I was feeling. And so when I realized that I needed to give compassion to the fact that I was really angry that this thing happened to me and that it caused me a lot of pain. And it wasn't the pain that I had to be really compassionate with, but it was how I was feeling, and I was feeling angry. So I went into the anger, I felt it, I acknowledged it, and I gave it compassion, and that was an amazing experience. So I wanted to share that with you, and then I wanted to say that if any of you are working with self-love, or we have this, if you watch Kellyanne from Four Queens, she's doing her self-love September, and she's awesome. She's been doing that the whole month. And I haven't seen that she's addressed self-compassion yet, but she probably will. But self-compassion, to me, is like this huge umbrella of a lot of other things. We always talk about self-love, but self-compassion itself is self-love. If you check this out, I really highly recommend. If you're interested about, if you're someone who you're working on yourself, if you are following just a self-love program, and it's so important, it's like, I think it's just number one. This is really great. It's great. I found this. Okay, I didn't tell you how I found this. I didn't really know how this video was going to go. I totally didn't plan anything, and I don't like doing that. I like to plan everything. But anyway, so excuse my kind of non-linear rambling video. But I have been working on self-compassion for a while now. And it all started with my most, central goddess, Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is my central goddess, and I've been working with the Kuan Yin energy now for I think more than a year. And so I discovered Kristin Neff from just researching on YouTube about self-compassion, because I realized like I was drawn to Kuan Yin and her energy, so I just asked myself, like, what is it about Kuan Yin and what she represents that I need to bring into my life? So that's what I did. I started researching self-compassion, and I came across Kristin Neff, and I went on YouTube and I watched her talks, and I really liked her. So then I found out about her book that comes with this program that I'm following, and then this CD, which is excellent, and I highly recommend it for anyone if you're interested in what I'm talking about. So Kristin Neff, she has a lot of experience. She's been researching self-compassion for a long time, and her technique is based on mindfulness. In this CD, what I love about her is that she just has, first of all, her voice is so soothing, and she's so nurturing, and I love how she brings aspects of her own personal experience and her personal life into this program. And she really guides you step by step, like she breaks everything down. She gives you exercises that stimulate your thinking about yourself, and besides meditation. And you know, that's very important because it goes into your subconscious mind, and when you're sleeping, like I was, your subconscious mind opens up and starts to go into those things that you're learning and thinking about that maybe you don't realize is there, but it's there. You know, when whatever you're focusing on and you're reading and whatever you're really focusing on, let's say, it gets absorbed into your brain, and it's there. So when you're sleeping, you can get access of all that information, plus insight that comes from outside. And so I'm really happy that I had that dream. It was such a realization. And Kristin Neff is so awesome. She's so gentle. And so coming back to the CD, it's a great program. Takes you step by step. There's meditations in it. And really makes you think. And it teaches you how to go into that meditation state. And she's so gentle the whole time. It's like she holds you and embraces you in her arms, and it's like, you know, just don't be afraid. It's okay. We're doing this together. It's just such a great way of exploring this topic. She is compassionate. She's so compassionate herself, which is so perfect for what she does. And I loved how she said that her husband and her made a vow when at their wedding vows, they said that they would help each other become more compassionate and more kind to themselves. So whatever happens throughout their lives, they would help each other out to go towards that path. It's so good. It's so good. She talks about herself a lot, and I really like that because you connect to the person more intimately, and it's like having a friend, you know, and it helps you even more. It's not just, you know, hard, dry, cold techniques. And I mean, I like to learn about techniques, and I like to learn about how the brain works, but then sometimes it's nice to have a real person experiencing their own personal issues, and it's like what you're working with resonates with someone else who's teaching you how to go through this process, and it's so important. So being kind to yourself is, I think, the key to self-love. So that's all I wanted to say for now. I realize I'm talking a lot. It's 19 minutes. So yeah, I mean, by the way, I don't know if I should make short videos sometimes or longer ones. I kind of feel like I'm always rushing to make shorter videos because I feel like people are going to get bored with what I'm saying, so I gotta make it short. But this one I just wanted to just be free to talk a little, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll probably make more rambling videos because I feel like I have a lot more to say, but I haven't. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you soon. Look forward to it. Take care. Bye.